3 things to make a saint is a little less money, a little less resources than you need. It helps you to be frugal, it helps you to be not overindulgent, because people with too much money overindulge, whatever. And then the next thing is critics. And critics keep you humble, critics keep you motivated, critics keep you, moving along the path and not getting too arrogant, and understanding your limitations, but also motivating you to dive in deeper, or whatever it is, right? Critics have value. And the other thing is slightly poor health for the same reasons. You don't overindulge, and you don't, get overwhelmed by your strength. You're always aware of your mortality if you have, like some kind of like sickly tendencies, right? That you value your health when you have it. You realize you don't feel too powerful. You don't feel invincible. You realize that you're always dependent on God for your continued everything that you do. You have to depend more on God. The weaker you are, you have to depend on God, right? And so, these are all things that are considered bad things, but help someone achieve sainthood. But going back to the original point, when you understand that the system's evil, then the only thing that you can come to terms with in understanding what that means. What does that mean, the system's evil? Can you make the system not evil? No. It's an evil system. It is built on deception and the economic level. It is based in hedonism and heightened materialism. It denies your spiritual nature, cuts you off from God. It destroys the family, and it warps you to be entitled, egotistical, small-minded, stupid, right? Idiocracy. I mean, all the things that we see. And so when you see that, when you understand it, you realize the system has to go. Like, it's bad for us. Like, it's just, like you have addiction to cigarettes, right? And you can, all right, well, I'm going to smoke lights. I'll smoke one day. I'll use a patch, whatever it is, right? I'll start vaping, whatever you try to deal with. But at some point, you have to come to terms with, you got to stop smoking. You got to stop drinking, right? These things are bad for you. They're not good in moderation. It's better in moderation. It's not as poisonous, but they're poisons to your system. Drugs and alcohol, they're poisons, and their poison makes you feel something, warps your reality, or heightens your energy level on a short-term basis. Caffeine, it is a toxin that plants produce to kill animals so they don't eat the seed, right? And so caffeine is a poison that you're injecting, or you're, having. I've recently quit caffeine myself, and my energy level has evened off. My overall energy level is better, and I drank caffeine for like 20 years or more. You understand? Like, there seemed like I was getting more energy when I drank it, but then there would be the headaches and the hangover aspect of it, the low energy, the time I would feel down until I drank more coffee or tea or chai, whatever it was, right? Or ate some chocolate. But overall, my energy level is much better not having it in my system. And so once you realize the system is poisonous, then there's only one, solution, and that is to negate as much of the poison as you can, given that you're dependent on the system. You can't get rid of it all. And then hope for a chance to build a better system in the future that won't be poisonous. And that's, the simple aspect of the truth community. And, anybody who's telling you the system can be saved, or you're saying if I was president, Dr. Shiva running for president, he's saying that through politics you could change things. And you can't, right? Same thing with Kennedy. Whatever level Kennedy's a truther. There's a deception there. Either he's deceiving himself, or he just really wants to be president, and so he doesn't want to tell you the truth that they can't really change anything, right? And, with that, there's one little Kennedy thing I want to get to, the stuff to do with his court case. I don't know if I'm going to cover anything else here. But that's the introduction. I think this was important, imperative for people to hear, because I don't think other people are saying it, right? But if you're going to be honest about it, that's it. The system is evil. They say it's good, and we've been indoctrinated to being good. We're not the good guys. We're part of an evil empire. And the only way that it's going to get better is a system that we're 100% dependent on. It collapses. And after whatever hellish post-apocalyptic world that's left, we're able to build a better system out of our deepened connection to God and all these other things that we have to do, reclaiming skills and going back to a better way. We're creating a whole new way of being on the human experience, and the system helps us evolve and become the best version of ourselves instead of pulling for the lowest version. Our system rewards for sociopaths, right? It rewards all the bad qualities. And so there's all these indicators. You don't need to be convinced. You should be, aware of it already. And so, what are you going to do with that information? And there's not a lot to do with it as long as the system has a hold on us.